There is no Emancipation Proclamation without the Electoral College, because without the Electoral College, there is no Abraham Lincoln as President of the United States of America.
And while his total percentage was the lowest of any elected president, he was actually the most popular sort of national candidate to the extent we had one in that election in which the country was very divided. Lincoln was the candidate who won in New England, he won in the mid-Atlantic states, he won in the Midwest, he won in the Prairie, he won in the new states on the West Coast. He was the most national candidate of the group, and we were very fortunate at that point that the Electoral College had given us Lincoln rather than Stephen Douglas or candidate of the Deep South slaveholders, John Breckinridge.
The question for Black Americans, the questions for minority communities should be, how do we get more boxes checked? How do we get to a point where both parties are now accountable and responsive? Because that is how you ultimately get to a place where the solutions for Black and brown people all across this great land start to accelerate. And that should happen irrespective of who's in power. The founding ethos of the Black Congressional Caucus, whether you're a Democrat or not, was that Black people have no permanent friends and they have no permanent enemies, only permanent interests. And Black people in America have made permanent friends of the Democratic Party, permanent enemies of the Republican Party, and our permanent interests have been cast aside. And so, if you're really truly focused on empowering Black communities, let's not sit here and talk about eliminating the Electoral College. Let's really focus on how do we as people leverage the power that we have in mass, in numbers, and by law, and part of that is through the Electoral College.